Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get Folked.
That was good, Andy.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Very mysterious.
Very. That's what I'm all about. Air of mystery. Air of mystery. Like my new update screen.
Your update
On the news
screen.
today is bridges. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get Folked, a casual listening podcast anchored in our love of folk music, but with enough slack on the chain to bring you into our worlds of Berlin, Limerick, and beyond. My name is Andrew.
My name is Edward, and don't forget to subscribe to us on Substack. And you can listen to the podcast there also, and also listen to it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and watch us and listen to it on YouTube. Do all the things, the liking and the subscribing and the band and the vision, the watching, and we love that. Love it all.
All happening there. How are you, man?
I'm good. What did you say about your screen? Like your what? Your what?
I feel like I've got a little mini screen beside me here now that I can that's normally where the news would pop up if you're watching the video. I'm in a new position in our house. We've been re-Tetrisizing the apartment.
Okay.
As children get bigger, the reshuffling of things needs to happen. But yeah, it's looking well. I'm liking the way it's all coming together, and I have a new spot to do the podcast now.
And it looks nice. I mean, we're getting less of the story of the room, but I think what we are seeing is nice. We've got a little bridge there behind your right here.
Little mossy star bridge. Yeah,
Very nice.
Which we traversed together.
We did. We didn't dive off it. That's for the locals.
That's for the locals. And some tourists. I was reading about it a little bit before we came on, and
Wow.
it is and the Red Bull does its diving off there as well for the kind of these extreme sports diving competitions.
They dive into a very small body of water underneath. They're aiming at a very small.
We didn't go down there now, in fairness, so it looks small, but we were far away, so it could be the whole fathered head thing. Maybe it was just far away.
Classic. I'm a devil for that.
You see a lot of small people a lot of the time. It's like, fuck them. Look at all the small
Jesus
people.
Christ! Look at how small that guy is. Tiny.
But yeah, 30 meters, I think. 24, 20, well, I can't remember exactly what it said, but a 30-meter drop.
That's kind of one of those
pretty
things.
Amazing bridge, though. Pretty amazing.
It is
built in built in like the 16th century or 15th century or something like that. Took 9 years, and it's just pretty amazing to be able to build that. Like, because it's 2025 now, and I still don't really know where I'd start with building a bridge. Of that magnitude.
Start in the middle. Start in the middle and work your way out. That's what I think.
Well, that's what you need. You need the keystone. You need the keystone first and work out from the keystone. I always remember the keystone training I had in primary school from Master Lanahan.
Somehow that was folded into geography or something. I don't know. It always seemed like it was miscategorized as information. I always remember learning about that in geography. I don't know why.
But it stood you. Look at your house now. Look at you now. Everything fucking standing up straight.
Too many keystones, I think. Actually, we over egged the pudding on the keystones. Isn't that a saying? Over egged the pudding. It's over something to something.
It is over egged the pudding. It was brought into my life by an old colleague who is from Accrington in England, and she would often use the term over egging the pudding. So probably it's your colonial oppression. I've used that phrase a couple of times actually this week. Not this week, but last week in for just having a laugh with people trying to have a laugh with people,
Well,
kind of a work. Like I work with quite a few, well, like we'll say there's New Zealanders, Australians, and Indian people that I work with, and something would happen, and I would bring up that's our colonial oppression kicking in there. Sometimes I lean into the Catholic oppression, and then I lean into the colonial one. Then I say it, and then I look for, you look at people's reactions, and you don't get what you're hoping for, which is the giggle and the laugh, because we're all having a good laugh about British rule. But
they think you're
yeah, so
serious.
I think I over egg the pudding on that joke. I think.
I was just about to say that. It's all egg, no pudding, I would say nearly.
Yeah, I need to
as all my puddings are, because I don't know how to make puddings. So the only ingredient I know in puddings is eggs. So it's just going to be eggs.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to make a pudding myself now.
You need eggs anyway, for sure, but not too many.
And you have to break eggs to make. You have to make a pudding. You have to break eggs.
Don't try to give them whole. Like don't try to just boil an egg and then present that egg to somebody as a pudding without breaking the egg. And there's a pudding. They'll be like, they're going to see through that straight away. They're going to be like, that's not a fucking pudding. That's an egg. You've over-egged
to a
this
house
pudding
with all the ingredients for a pudding and say, "There's a pudding. It's a do-it-yourself pudding."
I can't take the risk of over-egging this motherfucker. So you're just going to have to do it yourself. I can't do it.
Good luck.
I can't take the pressure.
Here's all the bits.
It's just fucking, the world is a dangerous place, isn't it? Just dangerous.
Wild. I was in a wild place today. That opening gambit from me was a place that you have been when you travelled here to Berlin, out near Sisyphus, near the club Sisyphus, but Dark Matter, which I don't think you went to the exhibition. You came to watch Ellen Alien playing with us there, playing with us, playing there, playing with.
She's playing with herself.
She was playing with her decks, and we were there to watch a wonderful spectacle of DJing meets lights. And so we went out there today to watch what has been dubbed the Winter Lights. I think it's called the Forest Winter Lights session in Dark Matter, which is, so they do a couple of things. So they do concerts, which we went to. I went to 2 concerts there, and quite nice watching live DJs run a set, and watching all the kind of amazing light installations that are done by I don't even know the name of the guy now that does it. Let's see,
John.
I can't remember his name, so I'm not going to give him his dues. But anyway, we went to see their latest exhibition, which started a week ago. Excuse me, now I'm going to sneeze.
Yuck. Have you caught a bug? You caught something?
Live. We're live. Can't. Nothing be done about it. Started a week ago. It's called the Forest Winter Lights. Dark Matter opens the winter season with a sparkling premiere in the monumental Transformator Hall. An ice rink glides through the art. So went in there, and when you look it up on the Dark Matter website, I feel like they're doing a lot of tricks with their camera work. As in, the pictures they've taken gives you this sense that you are heading into this massive, and it even flashes up like a 1,000 square meter Ausstellung, and you're like, holy shit, 400 square meter ice span. What the fuck? This is insane. People are done. You go in and you kind of walk in, and there's a lot of Christmas trees. And then you walk a little bit, and then it's like, oh, you're not ice skating, then stay here. And it's like, oh, this is we have both begun and ended in almost the same moment of this exhibition. So initially, a little disappointed, I have to say. But then I did forget. Go on.
You didn't get to ice skate, is that it? Or you chose?
I chose not to. I have a poor record with ice skating. I delivered a hairline crack to my hip when I was 16, ice skating, and I don't ever want to do it again. I'm not graceful on a longboard, but I'm willing to. The longboard is about as much as I'm willing to allow. What would you call the motion of, like, when you're when you're moving, but you are not in control of the movement, like kind of skateboard meets ice rink. Is there a scientific word for that?
Sounds like you've just been kidnapped by like Newton's first law or something.
Yeah, some sort of motion, forward motion. Someone will write into us. Uh, and yeah, I was ice skating around somewhere in Dublin because that's the only place you can go in Ireland. I don't think there's
No,
probably an ice
Cork.
skating rink in Cork as well.
There
Probably
is, yeah.
all year round
And Limerick.
ice skate
And Limerick there is usually in winter
for
time as well, I
Christmas
think.
though, but not an all year round ice rink.
No.
No. But I think Dublin has
Extravagance.
like one or
That's
two
extravagance.
all year round ice rinks, and we went to one of them on a day out in transition year, and I think I was laughing at someone actually at the time, which came back to haunt me. And whatever happened, I don't know if I was tripped, but my two legs went up in the air, and I came crashing down on my hip and gave it a nice little crack. Had to get away and get the whole scan thing done, and it killed me. So I hate it. I hate ice skating.
How do you fix a crack in your hip?
I think you just have to let it just whatever. Plaster back over itself or something like that. I don't know. The things merge back together. I don't know. It was defined as a hairline crack.
Oh, by God. So you didn't have to wear one of those like nappy casts or anything like that?
No, not, but I wore it anyway. I didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
You just love paper mache. You love all that.
So
I'll do it. Got it, guys. Very cool. Very cool.
But yeah, so we went to
have that experience.
Not to shit all over it. So it's our first kind of delve into kind of Christmas is coming. You don't see a lot of it. You're probably seeing a bit of it in Ireland. I think it kicks off a lot faster in Ireland. You don't see anything where I live right now. But so we went to this, and it was a lot of Christmas trees, a lot of upside down Christmas trees. If you look up the dark matter thing, you'll see a lot of it. But was initially disappointed, and we were like, "Oh God, is this it? Kind of will we stay? Will we stay?" But then I forgot it's actually a lot about the music and the lights, So there's no live DJ set there, but it's like you have to stay there for 45 minutes to kind of experience the full thing. And kind of when you stick around, it's actually you kind of get into the music and you get into the visuals as well of what's happening in front of you. So it was all right. I don't know if I'll go to another Dark Matter thing. I highly recommend going to Dark Matter if you come to Berlin. I think I've said this before, but having been to like 4 of their events now, I'm kind of like, okay, the lights thing is really, really awesome, but it's I've had too much cake. I've had too much pudding.
Yes,
and the taste of pudding, it's not doing it for me anymore.
Where initially you thought it wouldn't be possible to eat too much pudding, now you know better.
Nummy.
The music did sound nice, but what was I going to say? I sometimes think is it like officially sanctioned art? You know what I mean? Sometimes that sort of thing can lose its edginess a little bit when it's I don't know. Although I'm probably talking shit because like sometimes you have. I think it's more to do with if state sanctioned art can sometimes be art. I'm saying that weird, aren't I? Art. State sanctioned art can sometimes be a little bit what's the word? Like pasteurized, like a bit too bland or something.
Well, I think that to go back to a Lord of the Rings quote about the butter spread over too much toast is that the right one? If I did that right?
Look, any Lord of the Rings quote, you can use it. I'll be happy. They have a cave troll.
It feels like it did feel like they were kind of like, oh, it's wintertime, let's do a Christmas one. So it's a lot of the same stuff, but now we have it with Christmas trees and falling disco balls that come down, and it's really amazing the way that kind of like it does keep in time, and it's like, but it's just done all with all the fluorescent tubes. It's just, it feels like right. We need to somehow kind of keep it going.
We need to milk this thing.
Yeah, it does feel like, we're heading into Hobbit to keep on the Lord of the Rings. We've done Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3. Let's do the Hobbit now. And it's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, and now we're going to do the Hobbit 3, 4. And you know what? We're going to do a Prime Video series on the shit. It's like, oh my God, listen, the franchise is working. The core Dark Matter is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what
you don't need to, yeah. But I guess that's the kind of the commercial viability of it or something. I don't know. Fucking, like trying to make money from art stuff is art. There I go. What's wrong with my mouth? I keep saying art. Strange. You got to pull me up on this stuff, Andy. You're my only like boundary between this sort of stuff.
It's only becoming strange because you keep bringing yourself back to it and telling yourself it's strange. I think if you
it is strange because I sound like I'm like impersonating an Australian person. Art. No. Anyway,
dig at the Australian.
It is hard.
Come on, Ireland. Come on, Ireland.
Well, I tell you, Ireland, huh? And the soccer.
We're fucking kicking ass all over the place, all over the world now. So we are.
Yeah.
Fucking soccer and rugby. You were out last night. I guess the Ruggers crowd were on fire in Limerick last night as well, were they?
Oh, I didn't run into any of them. I have no idea.
Oh, really?
But I had a really nice night last night.
I thought you'd definitely end up meeting a few, given it's Rugby City.
I don't know who was playing last night. Was it Ireland was playing last night?
Ireland were playing Australia. That's kind of where I got it. They beat Hungary in football. That's why it didn't really make sense to your reference, but they did win Ireland in football today. But
okay, I didn't know.
But yesterday they were playing Australia, which is where I was going with it.
Okay. I'd be terrible at pub quizzes because there's always sports questions. I'm just useless at them. And there might be like one movie question, and then I might be strong on the movie side of things, and then that'll be one movie I haven't seen. And I just useless at it. Like, it's so embarrassing being on a quiz team. Anyway, sports. So, sports last night, let me get my train of thought here. Last night was good. No, the sports thing did not come into it last night. I wouldn't even have known that there was a match on in Limerick. But there was a good old vibe around the place. I was passing a pub, and most of the buildings in Limerick in the inner city, they're like 2-story or 3-story, and above one of the pubs, I won't say the pub's name just in case, but the lights were on in the rooms above the pub, which is kind of unusual. A lot of these like spaces above the pubs, the second story, is not generally used or something, or I don't know. You see that a lot in towns, and that like the spaces above shops or the spaces above pubs, they don't seem to be like used a lot of time. Anyway, the lights were on above this pub, a very well known pub, and all of the walls were like covered in plastic sheeting, like a plastic fabric. And there was a guy standing there. He was kind of half facing the window. He was but he wasn't looking out the window. He was looking at something on the ground and looking stressed out about it. It looked like he had murdered somebody. Huh?
From the window, he was.
No, he was inside the room. He was inside the upstairs room. I could see him from outside. I was just walking past across the street, and he was looking at what I presume was a dead body. I mean, he really perfectly set up the room for a murder, and now he was like looking at the dead body on the ground and stressing about what to do with it. But that also kind of doesn't make sense, because if you've gone through that much effort to prepare for the murder, why would you
get stressed out?
Standing there stressing out. Where was your plan B? Like, you know what I mean? Where was your follow-on plan? Anyway, I didn't stick around. I just went to the next pub and had another drink. Didn't really think about too much. But if anyone's wondering if there's a murder, maybe I saw something. I don't know. Time will tell. You know what I mean?
I do.
What else did I do? Just drank lots of pints. It was really nice. I had a lovely time. Myself and another buddy went out. Went up to Mother Mac's in Limerick, and that's kind of a pub known for its strange beers. Now we stuck with the Guinness, to be honest. I didn't risk anything weird, and it was lovely. But I really liked that pub. Then I went down to this other place called Mickey Martin's. And the reason I went to Mickey Martin's is because I wanted a cocktail. This is a hard sell now to the guy I was drinking with.
M themed. Was the first pub in M&M as well?
You're right. Mickey Martin's, Mother Mac's. I never even spotted that. I was too focused on the murder last night to even notice that. Murder. Well spotted, Andrew. But then, so we went and we got cocktails. Just amazing cocktails, and manly cocktails. They had whiskey in them. So.
You had a real Sex in the City night.
Yeah. And oh man, I went for like the most effeminate glass I could find. That was the ones with the
sparkling cocktail glasses.
And they come out exactly. Yeah. I can't remember what the one I got was called. I don't know, the Limp Willie or something.
And that place that you're talking about,
Mickey
Martin,
Martin's.
Mickey Martin's, is famous for their cocktails. Infamous,
No, I don't think
famous.
so. I've had a cocktail in there before, and I was like, oh, let's go there again. And then we went there again, and just really nice, just lovely. We just had the one, and then we went on to a pub called the Commercial, and the Commercial has a kind of a space downstairs called the Record Rooms, and we went in there, and the place was heaving. It was great. It was really cool, and there was like this 60-year-old dude doing DJ, and he was just the coolest guy, just that could have possibly been in that situation. He was just, and the audience was like loving the tunes. And he was playing all this weird shit, and he was kind of mixing in with some like well-known stuff, stuff that the audience knew anyway. And it was a really nice mix of like young and old. It kind of ran the gamut, but a really nice happening place. And a weird thing happened. We were there, and it's a kind of a social question, I think, maybe, or this is kind of a social, not a question, but a social observation, maybe, right? So we were there and standing at the bar, and we had a good view of, let's say, the room and the DJ and everything, and it was really enjoyable to watch this DJ go, because he was loving it. He was like, and he was just very cool. He was like clicking his fingers, and every so often he'd do a lap through the crowd, like a glory lap, like just like, hey, yeah, it's good. And he came down, passed by us, and he just goes, "It's good, right?" We were like, "Yeah, it's good, man." Fucking high five. But the weird thing about him was he couldn't transition between songs at all. Zero. Like they were like,
It was
he'd play
like stop start.
5 seconds of silence, and then next song will start. It'd be a banger. He played this banger. I'm gonna try something here now. It mightn't work, but he'd go from like I did one little recording. I should have sent it on to you, but he did. I think it's like dance music from India or something like that. And fucking, let me just see. Can I get this? Hold on a second. This might work. Might not. Is that coming out?
Yeah.
No, then 5 seconds of silence. That's 5. And then the next song will start.
Nice.
It was so funny and like really enjoyable. The songs were great. And then we
Was
were
that not
chatting.
like pissing everyone off though? Just this.
I don't think anyone
dead
minded.
air?
Nobody minded. No, nobody minded at all. It was just it's just a really cool place. It was really nice and a really nice atmosphere. And he was just having the time of his life up there. He was just like, and he knew all the words to all these songs as well. If it was words in the songs, he'd be singing along to it. And like, man, it's aspirational. That's what that was now to me. Like that was to be that kind of cool at that age, and to be that into something at that age. That's really nice. And afterwards, then we were chatting to him, and he was telling us. I was drunk at this stage now, so I can't really remember 100% the details, but he was telling us that he was involved with OK Go. Do you know the band OK Go?
Yeah.
In what capacity I don't know, but he I think the words he said was, I was involved in introducing a song from OK Go into Europe or into America. I can't remember which it was, and another band then as well, and that was recognizable, but I can't remember that either. So he was kind of in the music industry basically, and we were like, yeah, Jesus, great, it was fantastic. And then Andy, as is my habit, I let myself down.
Oh no.
Because I can't just shut the fuck up. I have to, and just, because I've had a few drinks now, and I think everything that I say matters. And I just said to him, I was like, geez, man, that was a brilliant set. Just the only thing was, I said to him about transitions. I was like, if you could, jizz, like, because and I was trying to, like, I layered it all with compliments, but obviously all he heard was this fucking dickhead, like, critiquing.
How did he? How was it? How was it received?
Not well.
Not well, as in just a walk away or a response.
No, just there was like a second's worth of silence, where he like absorbed and took a moment to like appreciate this moment where this absolute nobody ginger dickhead decided to offer some advice about something I don't know anything about. And he just took a moment, and then he just went, "Hey," he goes, the people will get there themselves, you know. Do you know what I mean? That's not, you can have that or you can not have that. It's about the music, and where the people want to go, they'll get there themselves," he goes. And then he walked away.
Very vague. Very vague.
But ultimately, probably correct. But now to be no,
people will build what they want to construct around their own ideas. So you just need to let them, give them the tools to build. And then, have you ever made a pudding before? Have you ever tried making a pudding?
I would have said, my good sir, you're not using enough eggs.
You need something to bind. No, the eggs do the binding, don't they? Actually, yeah. So yeah, not enough eggs.
Yeah, not enough eggs. You need eggs to bind. Now we might be talking shit there. Do the eggs do the binding? I think.
I just know when I make burgers, I use eggs for binding the mince together. So I guess eggs do a similar job in cakes. I guess I don't know.
Do you ever over egg a burger?
We've got a listener that makes a lot of cakes. So if she would reach out to us, me or you, and let us know what the eggs do.
That person's there going, do I make? Is that not me? Do I make a lot of cakes? I didn't know that about myself. I make a lot of cakes.
This particular person turned up. We had a gaming night, and it was pretty awesome. She made a Guinness cake, and she didn't like bring a cake. She baked 2 halves of the cake, and brought all the icing stuff with her, and then built the cake. So she actually kind of did what we said here. She didn't make me build the cake. She brought the cake, made the cake, and the cake was fucking amazing.
Go away.
Amazing. It was. She's the kind of person that has cake parties.
Okay.
And makes many different types of cakes. She's all in for the baking.
Definitely the person we want to hear from.
I'm gonna trade her up for some stew in a couple of weeks' time, and
cool.
Get some stew.
Yeah, it's a good trade. Going back to the old barter system, it's good to have a plan for when the euro collapses, which is inevitable.
Exactly. We're ready, man. We're ready here.
Yeah. So yeah.
Funny thing.
I should have just shut the fuck up. Should have just shut up. Because
I was out with a friend of ours recently as well, and it's just because even when asked for feedback, it's like in any situation, work situations, like, you know, there's the whole book of radical candor, and just like, you know, trying to be candid with people, like for their own good. But when it comes to creativity and like, it's different, I guess, if you're a manager or something. But if it's just unsolicited, just don't.
That was the time of the night and the time in all of our lives when all that was required was great set, well done, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Or great set, well done, I'm going to the chicken hut, to be more accurate, actually. What actually happened afterwards.
This was going to be my next question is did you go? And I'm so glad you went, but you should have headed for the chicken. You should have offered to get him some chicken in the chicken hut.
Yeah. And I didn't go to the chicken hut and start offering them advice on how to do their chicken. Did I? No.
No. Well, that's because it's already perfect. It's like their transitions are perfect. Their movements from the chips to the chicken to the sauce to the onion rings. I don't know.
Seamless. I don't even notice the chicken moving. That's how seamless it all is. I think chicken looks like that normally, battered and whatever. So look, that wasn't actually the social thing. Actually, the social question, although on reflection, it is one of them. So 2 social questions. So that one, I think the obvious answer is shut the fuck up. Don't offer your opinion to the man who has just entertained you for the whole night. And just
did a little part of you
Thank him.
Before you gave the feedback, was something inside you going, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this?
No, that part had gone to sleep. That part had been like, the drunk part of me was like holding that part of me under water or something, or under alcohol. It's like it was gone. The part of the person. And replaced by a self-obsessed, self-absorbed, obnoxious fucking
well, listen,
tool.
No, because it is a legitimate thing. But I guess when you call the place the record room, so I guess it is a place
Yeah.
that uses records all the time. And I guess yeah, but I was only talking to Polly about this recently about like having a record party. And like we were talking about like because I don't know if I've said it in a previous episode or else it was the one that we had to redo, but whatever. We recently got a record player, first time ever. And I fucking love it. Um, but there's always like you can only get like whatever 25, 30 minutes max of music before it will stop with a bit of a clunk because the needle pops up and then you have to flip it over. And we were talking about kind of like having a vinyl party, and like you'd kind of need a second record player so the next one could be set up because but then in a house situation, I don't think people are more forgiving about the kind of the vinyl switch or whatever and stuff like that. Maybe, but
Mm.
when things are hopping in a club or whatever, it sounds kind of a clubby situation. It sounds like it was
It
packed,
was.
people were dancing,
Yeah,
and
it was.
that is just that's just a weird thing to have. So I don't know it. I think maybe you'll help him. Maybe he will go like, you know what, I love doing this, but I'm. But it sounds like he's full of confidence already. If he's running around the place
He
high
is.
fiving people,
He is
he's
so.
already exactly where he wants to be. He's not.
And
He's not
yeah,
looking to improve.
and rightly so. He and rightly so. He deserves all the confidence that he feels
Is he a
because
regular? Do you know
I
or
don't
anything about
know.
him?
I'm not a regular, so I don't really know. But he it was very entertaining. It was very entertaining. And the songs were brilliant, and yeah, yeah. I still think I'm right in my opinion that the transitions do matter, but I was wrong to bother my arse saying it and
Yeah,
wrong to.
especially at that stage of the night. It's
Exactly. He's like, "Oh, thank you, sir. Good input. You know what? I'd never heard of transitions before. You, a complete stranger in a nightclub at 2 o'clock in the morning, said to me, thanks. What was I thinking? Anyway, before all that, like that, we were standing at the bar. So this guy, this DJ kind of captivated us a bit, and he was yeah, very good. So we had a nice position at the bar. You have a nice position at the bar, and you can see everything that's going on. Like it's such a lovely thing when you find a spot. It's perfect for chatting when you want to chat. It's perfect for just appreciating the show, appreciating the music. You're right. You know what I mean? It's you've
yeah,
got a
people
nice spot.
watching meets
Everything.
music meets
Yeah,
being able to talk. Yeah,
excellent, right? And then these two guys, just these two guys were in front of us. They weren't in front of us. They moved in front of us and just started shifting the face off each other, like just really, really going hard at it. Okay, uh, like blocking our view, like and like really close to us. And the place there was lots of room, like but they like just found their way there, like right in front of us. And like the person I was with, I the person I was with was like, I'm just going to ask him to move, and I was like, I was almost like afraid of saying that, or something like that. And but he just went up and he just said, guys, would you mind just moving over there? You're right in our eye line, like just maybe move over there. And one of the guys turned around and said, why? And he said, well, we were just kind of watching the DJ and stuff like that. And, obviously you have no problem what you're doing, but it's just you're right in the way, like, you know what I mean? So there's loads of space over there. Would you mind moving there? And in fairness, the guys did. And that was the end of it, right? So,
just
but it kind of got me thinking about my own. I was kind of afraid to say it to them because they were gay, and I was like,
yeah.
that could be perceived as like discriminating or something. I don't know. But then, of course, when I think about it for like a split second, you're just like, no, that's stupid because you wouldn't want anyone that close to you going that hard at it, like right in front of you. You'd ask anyone to move because it's just so weird standing like if I had an outer body experience and just was able to observe the whole situation, I would have looked so weird just if we hadn't asked him to move, or if, like my friend hadn't asked him to move, because it would have been so close to these two guys just shifting the faces of each other, and they were going hard at it now, like and
But I can just imagine you say, and then they go why, and then you panic, so you just turn to the guy you're with and just start shifting him off. So I gotta go. No, I'm cool. Look.
oh, there's not enough room for this much love in this area, and I just start kissing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's it would, but I had a kind of similar, not a similar situation, but I went to a session on Thursday night in a new bar that I've never been to before,
Oh
called
yeah,
Home Bar.
home
It's
bar.
up
Okay.
near Oskreutz, actually. Really nice cycle there. So you cycle kind of down towards Treptower Park and cross the big massive bridge that's kind of overlooking, kind of, you can see Oberbaumbrücke from one side, and then up towards Treptower Park in the other. And yeah, I went up to a bar up there, and there's like a mighty session on in there, like a really, really nice session of really young people. It's actually, the place advertises like, when you click on, if you go to the website Home Bar, and again, it's another bar I'm going to recommend coming to Berlin. And every Thursday night they have an Irish trad session. It's been run by these young Irish people, um, and yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just thinking of the advert, which the advert kind of irked me a little bit when I kind of
Yeah.
saw it, which was it said Home Bar Irish Trad Session every Thursday night, and then there's kind of a little kind of a star played by real Irish musicians. I was
Ooh.
like, oh, that's a little kind of fuck to all those people that are trying to learn Irish music, kind of a thing. But anyway, but it was good crack, and it was really nice. So especially because the atmosphere was just really, it's the most authentic Irish bar experience I've had in Berlin in a long, long time. It's
Okay.
just, it had so many things that were happening that just felt right. One, the session was really nice. It was
Leprechauns.
up. Sorry,
Leprechauns.
no, 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 no leprechauns, no, none. But there's so
Hmm.
like there's two giant.
I'm not so sure. This sounds legit, Andy.
Sorry. Maybe there was leprechauns. I think there was a little.
Okay.
No, there was
Okay.
not.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I guess some of the people look like leprechauns, but that's just because they're got red hair. But that's not
Were they
fair. But
were they far away? You have to double
they
check
were,
that
they were
before you.
tiny. They were tiny, tiny,
Yeah.
tiny
Just
people.
double check that they're far away. Anyway, sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
the bar has like two massive bay windows, and in the center, so like imagine it's a street bar, pretty near kind of like a lot of kind of like kebab shops and spätis, and I think right beside it is actually a shisha shop where you can like a really, really um what seems kind of high end shisha shop where you can, like, just really bright and sparkly kind of decor, and about 15,000 different flavors of shisha. I
Oh.
don't know what, but I'm trying to give you the kind of a sense of the place, which is kind of probably predominantly kind of a Turkish kind of area. If you've got kind of the kebab shops and the shisha shops, it's kind of, you're talking kind of a more kind of a Turkish demographic. But this home bar is in the center of it, and the front of the bar has like big bay window, the entrance door, big bay window. So when I came up, anyway, the entrance door wasn't open. It was, for some reason, the shutters were down, but there was one of the bay window which like can be opened out as a door was open. So I was like, all right, you have to go in here and what, going this way. So I went in and the session was starting. As I said, the website advertises like it's pint of Guinness. When you click on the website,
Hmm.
it's the first thing you see is a pint of Guinness or something like that. So a lot of Guinness everywhere. So that was the kind of first authentic Irish thing, which was like just Guinness everywhere. They have Guinness on
Okay.
tap. So I went up and asked, could I have a Guinness Zero? Or I said, do they have Guinness Zero? The lady behind the bar, I think she was either American or Australian. And she was like, no, we don't. Sorry, no, I think we can't really get the Guinness 00. They haven't been really able to get it since Brexit. And I kind of just like stopped and kind of stared, and I was like, what? There's Guinness for sale everywhere here. It's just like, well, I don't understand. And the Brexit thing doesn't really matter to the Irish. But anyway, she said it, and I didn't challenge her on it. I was just like,
Okay.
okay, cool. Thank you.
That was good, Andy. That was a good reading of the situation, though.
It was. There was no point. We were,
No point.
she was trying to get me. She was trying to whatever justify the bar, make me go, it's this, and then she offered me the other beer, so I got my
Yeah.
beer, whatever. So then I said I'd go out. I'd go outside and have a smoke. So I went outside, and I was sitting down, but like outside. So it's again. So I had to go back out the bay window door, and went out the bay window door, and there's just benches on the side of the street. That's the walking street as well, so there's not that much room to kind of stand around or whatever. And I didn't want to stand either. I wanted to sit down. So people were all sitting outside. Funny because like it's winter now, but like it was pretty mild night, and there was just a couple of dotted seats around. So like just asked this, like there was a couple sitting here. So there was a couple sitting at one table and a couple sitting at another table, and both tables had like a seat, just one seat in front of them free. So I asked, can I mind if I sit down there? So both couples looked at me at the same time, and I made the joke about like, yeah, don't worry, I'll share between you, I'll divide the love and all of that, and that was fine. It was met well. It was met well.
Mm.
So I sat
Nice,
down,
nice.
and it was just by myself. And I'm very adamant not to take my phone out in these situations, no matter how awkward I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Okay.
with my thing was going to these bars, like I'm going to just feel whatever's happening. I'm going to feel everyone. I'm just going to feel the atmosphere of these places and be awkward, just staring at people or staring into the distance or whatever it is
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Okay.
So I sat down there and was just having my drink and was just kind of just looking around and just enjoying that, because like the music was happening on the other side of the bay window, but these windows must have been good quality because it was very hard to hear them. But at one point, and anyway, whatever, the younger couple to my left, clearly on some sort of Tinder date or first time date or something like that, because they were having, I can't help but hear their conversations a little bit, but it's all nothing talk about, like, nothing worth repeating at all. But at whatever stage, anyway, the guy clearly was like, I'm making my move now. And the two
Nice.
of them just tore into each other.
Oh, wow.
But I was literally, like the way I'm looking at you right now, I was just like, and eventually I kind of was like, oh shit. Because so I had to turn my chair the other way and kind of started looking off into the distance over here as well. Go look at my shisha shop or whatever. And eventually they stopped kissing,
Mm.
and they got chatting again or whatever. And then she offered me some authentic Turkish pistachio nuts, which I started sharing with them. And then I got chatting with them again. And I might have made a joke about kind of, when is it my turn to get a kiss or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
nice. From the nice,
From
nice.
the guy, of course.
From the obviously.
Anyway, so after that, I went back inside because I wanted to hear the music a bit. It was hard. It's hard to hear it because the way they were set up in their own little circle, which is completely right because the bar is busy. People aren't being quiet. They're just playing music, and they're playing a lot of trad and a bit of singing as well. But only the inner circle can hear it perfectly. Everyone else is kind of, I got a nice table, and that's I can
Mm.
actually play a little bit, so to give you a sense of where I was. They're all at the bay windows that I just spoke about. There's people outside the table.
You've said bay windows like 10 times now. Like so many. It's good. I mean, but I can't
I
remember
don't,
what bay window is now. Is
I
it one of
don't
those windows
even
that
know.
goes out?
I don't even. I'm trying to think. Big window. I want to say something. Big window. So bay window seems like a big window, a window that you can open out. I don't know, whatever it is. You
That's
can go
every
for the fucking
window.
bar. But anyway, I got a nice bar. Our bar got a nice table just looking at these people. So I had to go back,
And
got
where
my
were they
drink.
again?
They were at the window of bays, overlooking the bay. And yeah, so let me just play a little bit. So just lots of nice, just a really nice, like there was give me a second, yeah, so there was guitar players, one flute player, no drummers, a few guitar players, again really good trad players, banjo, uilleann pipes, and fiddles. And there was about
Wow.
8 of them, and it was just, and everyone, I'd say, apart from one guy who was wearing a hat, who was probably older than me, wearing a baseball hat. Everyone else, I'd say, was mid-20s. It was very
Right.
surreal to be out, because like it was like it's the kind of music I love and the atmosphere I want, but everyone's really young, which I'm not used to, because normally I'm going to kind of sessions that are, whatever, just people are, I guess, my demographic is not that, and plus it doesn't, at least in my sphere, and I know there are trad and flakyols and there are spheres where young people are doing this all the time, but it's not my sphere, and neither
Mm.
yours, not either. I guess, like, both of
Yeah.
us are just not our world. So it was really nice. But what made this like super authentic was all the Guinness, the beautiful music, the great music that was happening, and the singing, and the hard to hear, and the people chatting away. So the loudness kind of the bar with music playing in the background. And I mentioned that I had to come in through an opening in the bay window to the right of the main door. And that's
Yes.
important because the main door was broken. the shutter had somehow been broken. And when you walked in, there was this big, massive guy who was holding a ladder. And there was another guy up the ladder. Somehow, when you go into a restaurant and there's a little kind of area where there would normally be a kind of a curtain to stop the breeze getting in, there's kind of a
Yeah.
little square. He had he had climbed up into this square. There seemed to be some sort of kind of tunnel that he was able to climb into. And he had climbed into that. Both of them were using phones as torches. They look like handymen. They look like they were hired to do this job, but they don't have torches. They just have phones to use as torches. So they don't have head torches or anything like that. And all you could see was two legs dangling out of the side of it. I took a picture of it, but the picture is not good because it's nighttime and it's nighttime and my phone is terrible. But it was just the scene I was looking at was like this amazing session, this like door that's shut, these two legs dangling out the side of a hidden kind of tunnel that you can't see, and the guy holding a ladder. And it was just hilarious. I was just like, he must have been working on it for a solid, like, as long as I was there. So it was about an hour and a half that I was there, and he was working on it. And then he eventually, after like an hour and a half of working on it, he got it open, and as soon as the thing opened, the whole bar just started cheering. Like, it was just one of these classic, like, and the two lads were getting all plaudits and like, but they were very, I think they were Turkish themselves as well. They were just kind of looking around at everyone because like they were in full work gear, like, and everyone else was dressed up and kind of out for a night out. This is a Thursday night. And but anyway, they fixed the door, they slid the thing open, and then everyone was cheering. And it's kind of like one of those moments when someone drops a beer glass and everyone cheers in Ireland. This was like, oh, he fixed the door, yeah. And just like, so really, really positive experience in this kind of home bar. Definitely go back there. I think I'm going to go back there with some more of our kind of trad people. So I was there by myself, and it's as nice as it is, and you do get chatting to people. I think it would be it's definitely a bar that I think we're just so many Irish people there, which sometimes kind of I don't really want, but I guess this place isn't selling itself as an Irish bar. It's just called Home Bar, and they've got Guinness at the front of it. Make of that what you will, but I guess there must be some Irish connection there if they're doing Guinness. So then
I think the website is pretty Irish. I mean, like, it's what's this? I think I was on the website there, and like you say, it's the first thing is a glass of Guinness, and is there a tricolour?
Yeah, they have some sort of games nights and quiz nights as well. So then I left. I didn't stay too late. I don't stay late anywhere now anymore. I love going, but they start early as well. I think their session starts at around 7 or 7:30 or something like that, because it is a work night after all. And cycled home from there and decided. So when I got to Treptower Bridge, I decided I won't go crossing the bridge that way. I'll go home via Schligerstraat. Yeah. That way, wanted to go through Gurlitzer Park and just see what I'd see on the way home. And so was cycling away on the way. Sorry?
What did you see?
What did your elf eyes see? So on the way home, didn't see anything much that interesting on the way home. Until I got to our own bridge here near where I live. That was it. That's the end of the story. So I didn't see anything. The end. I got to Hobrechtbrücke, which is again near where we live, and I've spoken about this bridge as well because in the summertime now it's become very much a hangout spot. But lo and behold, our friend with the amp was there.
Oh,
again, he was playing music, so I cycled past, and I was kind of like just cycle straight past him and was heading down towards my road. I was kind of like, and he was playing music away as he always does, and I kind of was just like, do you know what I'm going to do? I want to go back and talk to him now. So I did. I turned on my heels on the bike. I don't know what the equivalent of turning on your heels are on a bike. Pulled a 180. I don't know. You can imagine me just like, I whipped it around. And
I'm picturing Nicolas Cage Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds. Every
exactly.
That's what I'm picturing.
And I cycled. Of course, I didn't want to cycle. I didn't want to make it too obvious that I was going back for this person. So I cycled back on the other side of the road, cycled up a little bit, turned around, and then casually cycled back as though it was my first time.
It's very flirty. Yeah, you want to retain some measure of dignity. in these situations. You're not like offering yourself up for free. You know what I mean?
No, I
It's
do.
like
Listen,
you want to like it's the power dynamic in the relationship which you are clearly cultivating. You're clearly cultivating a relationship with this person. You
and
don't
we do.
want him to
We
have too much
well
power.
stick around, Ed. Stick around. No, so like stopped anyway, and I just said, "Hey, how are you getting on?" I won't say his name. So
Did you act all surprised?
no,
Wow.
I didn't. I no. So I designedly stopped. I did. So it was clear that I didn't do a "oh, it's you" kind of thing, but
Mm.
I wanted it to be as though like I stopped. My first instinct was to stop, not my second instinct. It wasn't my first instinct.
Mm.
So
Have you,
listen, this relationship is built on lies, and
yeah.
he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that's the lie. But
that's the
it
lie,
wouldn't
and
be
I will
but it
tell
wouldn't
him.
be a
I
lie
will tell him
otherwise.
someday. But
It,
I'm up to 65% in terms of like trusting someone,
okay.
because you can't, you just can't go. But anyway, listen. This is why I'm up to 65%, because I stopped and I said, hey, because I know his name. So I said his name. Hey, how are you going? Like, just when I see you got the amp and everything, like, hey, you're sounding really nice. And then he told me about it that, a guy that I actually saw a guy chatting to him one day and with the amp as well. And he said, yeah, this guy, the friend of mine, he had a spare one. So he gave it to me. He gave me this electric guitar as well, and the microphones and everything. I was like, "Geez, that's amazing, man!" So he was like, "Yeah, he's just really just chatting about it. I've also got a phone now as well." So like, he was being very open and honest about the stuff he was getting,
Yeah.
and so which was kind of like, it was just nice to hear, and just nice to hear that people were just being nicer than me at least, anyway. And then we got talking about kind of like, I had parked my bike at this stage and I was chatting to him, but like I just turned and kind of was watching, because there are a couple of kind of, and just no point messing around with it, like crackheads going around my area as well sometimes.
Mm.
And he was like, yeah, you got to watch out for those guys, because and I noticed he lives in a tent near enough to where he was playing. But I noticed that a few days ago that his tent was different. He had a different tent. He told me that fucking some of the crackheads had fucking tried to steal his guitar. They had stolen stuff off him already. And he got out one day and like cleared them off or whatever. They came back and they set fire to his tent while he was inside it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, they burned it down. A person from the neighborhood saw it, and they brought me out a tent, and they gave me this tent. It was just like, it was just filling me with some sort of kind of like, I don't know, a sense of kind of pride for humanity or something like that. That and I say it again, like there's people better than me out there that are just like giving this guy kind of a chance. And he kept talking about like, that he's like, so I've got the amp now. What I really need now next is a car. So that's the next thing I'm trying to do. I need the specific model of this like Mercedes old car that I can just live in. That's all I want to do, is I just need a car to live in. And again, it was just the sincerity of his kind of his plight and his wants and his needs. He talked about how he got kicked out of his apartment and he lost all of his stuff because the guy he lived with was a psycho. And again, you're dancing between kind of like, okay, like I said, I'm starting to kind of, because of his open, honest kind of approach of telling me everything that's going on with him, it's making me trust him more. Like, we ended up swapping numbers, and he gave me his email address as well. I was telling him about the gig that was coming up on the 30th of November, and he was like, oh, I'd love to come down and I can take some videos as well. So, it was nice. I was glad I stopped. Glad I stopped and talked to him, instead of kind of just like always kind of making an assumption about someone. But then again, there's a fair scatter of homeless people around Berlin, and you can't be going around going, I'll get to know you. Just get to know everyone that I've passed by.
God, like I had kind of wondered about the living in the tent and the danger there, because like that it's not the Berlin it was 10, 12 years ago. It is a bit more dangerous in terms of the drug abuse, particularly crack drug abuse. That wasn't there 13 years ago or that. And so I
Mm-hmm.
had kind of wondered about how he was navigating that one, because he doesn't sound like he's um, like has a substance abuse problem, but God, there's some people out there that are rough. They're like, I mean, imagine coming back to burn a guy out of a tent.
Yeah,
What
well,
are you
as he
like?
said himself, it's like they don't know. And I know a friend of ours calls them like just now calls them zombies, because that's just literally what they are. they're not functioning like human beings anymore. They're just really on a different wavelength, both physically as you look at them and I guess mentally. So like for him living up there as well, and just kind of like he has to kind of, he was telling me like that he has like just to go wash myself, like, you know, or to go take a fucking piss. Like I have to bring all my stuff with me everywhere I go, and I was like, oh my god, like fuck me,
Jesus.
I appreciate all the shit I have and all the things I have. You know, you appreciate your stuff a lot more when you kind of see someone who's kind of like his basic fucking things of washing himself or going for a piss. He has to really consider where he's going and what he's doing, while at the same time probably carrying a lot of the or suffering a lot of the ire of the locals around him. Like, while like I'll chat to him, you know, and another person will go another step and help him out and give him somewhere to sleep. I'm sure there's probably a high percentage of people that are like, you shouldn't be here, like, you know, and bringing down the area and stuff like that as well. Whereas he's kind of, it's all the different levels of like, he's giving out about, I think I said this to someone. I was talking to a homeless guy and we were both discussing the crackhead problem. It was just like, it was a very surreal three-way
well, it's
three
mad
levels
that,
of a conversation.
Yeah, it's that, like, it just highlights what a big problem the crack situation is, you know. And to be honest,
which isn't exclusive to Berlin, I don't believe.
No,
either,
I was just about to say it. Like last night, like the amount of people around who clearly have problems with crack. God, we've gone very dark at the very end of the show here, haven't we? It's tapered off
ding, ding, ding.
in a really bad way. But it's crazy.
No, well, it's a story of hope as well,
saw.
because this guy, like I don't know. I've been trying to figure out ways of where I can. Anyway, I'll do something first, and I'll fucking talk about it. I won't talk about it because that would be a bit self-serving. And he just filled me with hope with you for people and people helping him out, and me making an assumptions maybe about him in my first recording of talking about him, where I was kind of like, I don't think I was mocking, but I was skeptical of his need for an amp and how much kind of he got the amp, and then I took the risk, or I just talked to him and got like, oh fucking, you kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
hope. I felt more positive about people and more sorry for him. I had more empathy for him and had more hope for humanity, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry, but yeah.
So do you think there's any chance that the DJ from my night last night will learn how to do transitions? Is there any hope there, you think? Considering he's using CDs.
Why does he need to, when people CDs already will make their own? They'll make their own. You have to let people build their own bridges. Like, look at Mostar. Look at that.
Start in the middle.
Look at that.
That's all.
15th century. And you telling me that people can't make their own transitions in their mind?
Yes, but do you not see the irony of using a bridge for this analogy? Something that is used to join one thing to another thing. That's what I'm talking about. Or was that the intent of your analogy? Was because it is a bridge?
I was mixed in there. I can't remember the intent. All I can think of now is, why don't just everyone shift the face off each other while he's changing the records? And you and your friend, all the guys, all the girls, everyone, just like that. That's maybe what they were doing. They were filling the gap.
They're like, we got to do something. We're going to
fill the gap, all right. We're going to fill the gap.
Every gap is going to be filled.
See, we brought it out of the crackheads and brought it into sodomy.
Just a crack, into a crack.
Back to crack.
I did like the.
You got 30 seconds though, right? to finish this. You got 30 seconds for this.
30 seconds to finish this thought. Mustaches seem like a drag if people are kissing. I feel like 2 mustaches would be annoying.
There was 2 mustaches in this situation?
There was 2 mustaches. I feel like that would be like skin irritation thing. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. It'll tickle.
We'll give it a go. We'll see. We'll try it ourselves, Andy. We'll report back to everybody.
Lovely. Okay, everyone. We'll play that one out nice and light. 2 mustaches. I don't know. Well, have you ever been complained? Has complaints been made against your mustache?
If it gets too long, yes. If it gets too whiskery, you know, people have to rein you in, you know. So
Yeah.
something I take
You
care
look
of.
great, man. You look great.
You look good as well.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thanks. Wearing my blue jumper.
Yeah, it's nice.
Take care.
Suits you.
See you next week.
Bye.